Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And to the Houston Astros beat the Seattle Mariners 5-3 with a walk-off home run. Christian Walker sending one deep, 361 feet to left field for the walk-off home run. The Astros' second walk-off home run of the season. Isaac Paredes against the Royals, and then now Christian Walker versus the Mariners. It's a two-run shot for the Astros to win 5-3. Amazing game for the Astros offensively and pitching wise. Win 5-3, 13 hits for the Astros. All games in this series, the Houston Astros were over 10 hits. They had 48 hits in this 4-game series, averaging 12 hits per game. Now, here's the bad part about that whole thing. Most of those are singles. Like, this Astros team had 13 hits in the series opener, 11 on Friday and Saturday, 13 again today, and only 7 of those 48 hits were extra base hits. And the Christian Walker home run was obviously one of them. A couple of the key hits for the Astros today, the Astros only had 2 extra base hits today, but those were probably 2 of the biggest extra base hits for the Astros in this series. Cam Smith RBI double to tie the game, and then Christian Walker's 2-run home run. Cam Smith so far this year has 2 huge hits in his rookie year against the Seattle Mariners team. That RBI triple he had that tied a game up in Seattle. The Astros did end up winning that game, I believe. I think the Astros did win that game when Cam Smith hit the RBI triple in Seattle. It was another game that they lost, that Jose Altuve had a home run and then they lost. But the game that Cam Smith hit the RBI triple, they did win. And he hits the RBI double in the 6th inning. That was a great hit for the Astros to tie the game up. Walker hit the home run, obviously. He had a great day today with 3 hits. And this was just a great offensive game today, and pitching-wise as well. Pitching-wise, they had to give up 11 hits. That's not great, but they did a great job of keeping the Mariners from scoring runs, because the Mariners were terrible with runners in scoring position today. But look, that was the same thing for this Astros team as well. The Astros were horrendous with runners in scoring position in the series, only batting 156. 5 for 32 in this series the Astros were with the runners in scoring position. That's got to be better. That is really disappointing right there. But another thing offensively that I think is you can look at and at a positive look is that the Astros also had 4 walks today. And that's the first time the Astros have got that high in the walk department in a long time. The Astros in their last 6 games haven't been over 2 walks. Yesterday they didn't have any. On Friday they only had 1. The opener of this series they had 2. You go back to the Tampa Bay series, they had 2 walks the last game, 1 walk the game on Tuesday, and 2 walks in the series opener. The last time the Astros had this amount of walks in a game was exactly a week ago. And that is with no time off. This Astros team and this is the great part about this whole thing with this win, is now the Astros get to go and have some time off. This has all been with no time off. 17 games. This finishes off 17 games with no days off. And I think the Astros record throughout that 17-game span was pretty good for a team that is not getting any time off. 10-7 is the Astros record through that 17-game span of no time off. And, obviously I think in that 17-game span, the Astros were probably, I would say, really bad on the road, but really good at home. And this is where I'll continue with this home streak that the Astros have now. It's now 7 straight series for the Houston Astros at home that they've won at this point. They're now 18-10 at home. It was a terrible 2-4 start for this Astros team this year against the Mets and Giants at home. Offensively, could not get anything going at home. But ever since then, this Astros team it's been like a light switch at home. To the point where since that 2-4 start at home, the Astros are now 16-6 in the last 22 games at home since that 2-4 start. So it's unbelievable. And we'll see if the Astros can potentially try to shoot for an 8th straight series win at home when their series will start on Tuesday. It's going to be a little bit harder to do that because it's a 2-game series. I thought it'd be hard for the Astros to get a series win in 4 games because there is no room for error. Because if the Astros would have lost this game today, it would have been a 2-2 series. And I look at that as a good thing that you didn't lose the series, but that's not winning the series, and that would have ended this series streak that this Astros team has of series wins. So I look at Tuesday's game, Hunter Brown's on the mound. He's looking for a bounce back. I look at that game as a win. But then Lance McCullers Jr. is on the mound on Wednesday. I think he's looked better in his last start. but there is no guarantee of a win with Lance McCullers Jr. So you've got to win both games to keep that streak alive in the A series that the Astros will play at home. But and then you've got Tampa Bay for 4 games, and then you go on the road for Pittsburgh for 3 games. Things get easier for this Astros team. It's been a hard schedule for the first 53 games, but things get easier in the next 9 games for this Astros team, facing the A's, the Pirates, and the Rays. So yeah, I'm excited for what these next 9 games will be, especially 6 of those games being at home. But yeah, 20-25 now, like I mentioned, 18-10 for this Astros team at home. 13 hits for the Astros, 11 hits for the Mariners, 1 error for the Mariners, 0 for the Astros. Win goes to Brian King. He's 3-0 in the year now. He gets 2 strikeouts. He did a great job getting the Astros out of a jam in the 8th inning. And then pitched the 9th, gave up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Loss goes to Lagomia. He's 4-2 in the year now. He didn't get any outs in the 9th inning, gave up a single to Jose Altuve, then gave up the home run to Walker. That's it for him. Scoring summary, this was all Mariners to start off the game. Garver hit an RBI double to center. Rosarena scored, and Rodriguez scored. It's 2-0. Solano singled to left. Rodriguez scored. It's 3-0. And then the 3rd inning, Christian Walker singled to left, gets the Astros on the board. Victor Caratini brings in a sac fly. It's 3-2. Cam Smith has the RBI double. It's 3-3. Christian Walker then hits the 2-run home run. It's 5-3, and the Astros win. Jeremy, let's go over Astros individual batters. Pena went 1 for 4 today, had a walk in the 8th to load the bases. First inning single to left for the Astros, first hit of the day. Isaac Paredes was amazing today. 3 for 5, 2 singles in his first 2 at-bats. Then struck out swinging double to left in the 7th inning, and then a fielder's choice in the 8th inning, scored a run today. Jose Altuve was great today. Got the Astros started in that 9th inning before the Christian Walker home run. He was intentionally walked in the 7th inning, but in the 9th inning, singled to left. 3rd inning, singled to left as well. What a series for Jose Altuve. Came into this series struggling, but it was an amazing series for Jose Altuve. Christian Walker went 3 for 5 today. He had a single to left in the 3rd inning, and that scored a run. Then an Edfield single to load the bases in the 7th inning. Flied out to center in the 5th. Home run in the 9th inning. Altuve scored. That was the winner. Victor Caratini went 0 for 2 today. He had a walk and hit a sac fly for an RBI. Outside of that double play in the 7th inning, that hurt the Astros, but it didn't matter anyways. And then first inning flied out to left. Jake Myers went 0 for 4 today. He's been hitting the ball so good lately. I'm not surprised he has a bad game. Struck out, lined out, grounded into fielder's choice, got on base in the 8th inning, safe at first on throwing error by shortstop J.P. Crawford. Yanner Diaz back in the lineup after getting the day off yesterday. He had a single to center in the 2nd inning, walked in the 8th inning. It was basically an intentional walk. The pitcher that was pitching it was the 8th inning, right? I believe. That was the 8th inning, and it was at that time it was Brash who was pitching. And he was throwing everything out of the zone on that. There was a 5-pitch walk for Yanner Diaz. It was basically an intentional walk. Cam Smith went 2 for 4 today, single to center, a double to right, struck out looking in his final at bat. This was a great series for Cam Smith, man. I mean, he had a great series. And to the point where now his batting average is .261 after this series. Had a 3-hit game the other night. Was absolutely amazing in this series. Mauricio Dubon went 1 for 4, double to left in the 4th inning. A rare strikeout for Dubon in the 6th inning. That was only his 5th strikeout of the year. Dubon has the least amount of strikeouts on this team. By a long shot, too. The next guy after Dubon is at like 14 strikeouts. So Dubon has been a guy that has not striked out a lot this year for this team, but a rare, and that's like 81 at bats now for Dubon and only 5 strikeouts. He's been great with not striking out this year, but did strike out swing in the 6th inning off a Luis Castillo pitch. I'll give Castillo a pitch. I give Luis Castillo a lot of credit for what he did today. He did give up a lot of hits, 9 hits, but 114 pitches. That's tied for the most pitches by a starting pitcher this year. So that's incredible by him. Let's get to the Astros pitching. Colton Gordon went 5 innings today. He is now the Astros are now 3-0 when Colton Gordon starts. I don't think he has a single win at this point. because the Astros it's all been late rallies in Colton Gordon starts. So he's 0-0, but the team is 3-0 when Colton Gordon plays. 7 hits for him given up today, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. That ERA falls to 5.52. And for Gordon, it's back-to-back starts. This is really impressive for a rookie. Back-to-back starts for Colton Gordon, giving up no walks. Sean Dubin pitched amazing in the 6th inning and part of the 7th inning, pitching 1 2/3, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He has now pitched 8 2/3 this year without giving up an earned run. Caleb Ort came in. He pitched out last out of the 7th inning and the first 2 outs of the 8th inning. He gave up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. He had a key strikeout at the end of the 7th inning. And then his pitch count got a little high at 20. They had to bring in Brian King. He pitched the last out of the 8th and the 9th inning, gives up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. He gets to win his 3rd of the year. Astros win 5-3. Let me know your thoughts on the win in the comment section, and peace out. Go Astros.